Andrew, congratulations on your new film, Float.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, before I proceed on, one of the things I guess I know you're into deep into your acting career. Do people still call you King Bach?
I just go by Batch, really. Yeah, the internet stuff, that the alias was King Batch. But yeah, I just go by Batch. I've been going by that before even the internet. It was actually a name that was given to me in high school.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah.
well, anyways, for the film Float, tell us what how you came on board to this project. What initially drew you to the film?
I love the story. I love the wholesome aspect of it. I've done a lot of crazy films in my past, The Babysitter, Coffee and Kareem, Sneakerheads, and this one was really a film that gave me a chance to play a different character, more toned down, chill character, play a nice voice of reason. So that's what really drew me to the project, and I get to work with my boy Robbie Amell, who I've done 4 movies with.
That is true. That is true. So, how easy was it to transition into this type of character that's a little bit more, I want to say, serious tone and dramatic rather than, like the comedy or horror, the stuff that we all known you for.
Yeah, I think it was a lot easier. It's kind of like, I'm in my personal life, I'm more of a chill, reserved, laid back type of individual. So I was able to just like kind of, relax on this one and really just think of the scenes, play it scene by scene, and really be engaged.
Did you, when you got the project, the script, did you pick up the book or do you try to basically just focus on the character that's written on in the screenplay?
Yeah, I read the book, of course, but it was one of those things where I had to play it authentic to what the script was doing as well. So it's definitely a good guideline to have, but yeah, that definitely focus more on the script.
So how did you want to approach this Jesse character? What was your approach? What was it easy to turn, you know, I guess it's pretty easy to turn the Jesse character on because he's a chill character just like yourself.
Yeah. It was pretty cool to do. And also, just working with such a great director, a great cast, everyone was lovely. It just made the whole experience just that more enjoyable.
Now, tell us about working with Robbie. I knew you worked with Robbie before because I thought you two had a great dynamic in the babysitter
Yeah.
um, film. And but why why how did you end up working with him so many different times? I feel like you two are like best friends at this point.
Yeah, well, it's the Netflix, circle is really small. So, once you do one Netflix movie that's successful, then you're kind of doing a lot of them. So that's how that kind of came about.
So how do you hang out with Robbie on screen and off screen after so many different projects?
Oh yeah, I remember going to his uh going to his place and just meeting his family, his kids, his wife. It's yeah, it's just it's you forget about the business when you have a friend like that. So it was it's always it's a cool chill vibe.
Is it often that you work with the same people or you like to work with newer?
It's often I work with a lot of the same producers and directors. Actors, they come and go as far as working with the same ones, but definitely work with a lot of the same producers and directors.
And what was it like with working with the rest of the cast in this film?
Oh, everyone was great. It was all like a big family. We had a blast. We had fun. After we'd shoot, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in Squamish, so we would just find good restaurants, eat there. So yeah, it was cool.
It's funny is because I've watched the film and this is like a small town I don't even know where it's in the middle of Canada, but you coming from Canada yourself, so that this is what technically your backyard in its own way.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but you know, Canada is huge. Just like America is huge, you know. It's like someone that lives in Florida, yeah, you heard about Seattle, but you don't really know the culture of Seattle, you know what I mean? So it's definitely great to go up there to Squamish, I believe it was called, and we filmed it out there and I got to like really, you know, chill out there and it was cool.
Was Squamish a bit cold in its own way? Because I know there's the beach, the water. I can't imagine you actually jumping into the water because Canadian waters tend looks cold to me.
Yeah, it was freezing and we had to pretend like it was summer, so that was a challenge.
So did you do much swimming yourself?
Um in my personal life, yes. In the film, no, we just had a couple scenes in those lakes. Yeah.
I know it's funny. It's just because half the film it's about Andrea and Robbie swimming
Yeah.
in those cases. So how do you describe Jesse for people who haven't watched the film yet?
I would say he's more of like a voice of reason, you know. He's a family man, he loves his sister, he loves working hard. And yeah, he's there to like, you know, to wake Blake up. You know, Blake is trapped in this thought of all the negative stuff that's happening in his life, and he forgets about the positive stuff that's going on. And my character's there to wake him up and be like, yo, get your stuff together.
Do you enjoy playing these supporting roles in a lot of these films?
Yeah, it's been a great experience. You know, I got a couple movies coming out later where I'm playing the lead. So now it's I'm entering a new chapter in my career. So that's pretty exciting.
It's so how do you adjust from going to supporting to for such a long time into a lead role for yourself?
I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out. Yeah, I start filming my lead action film called Miles Rider later this year. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
So what kind of roles do you actually seek out there for yourself? Because through your career through Vine, everyone knew that you're actually very funny. But then when you adjusted to acting, you managed to diversify out there.
Yeah, yeah. So the way I look at it is it's all a form of entertainment. I'm excited that I get to you know, play, whether it be comedy, action, drama, horror. I'll do it all if I fall in love with a character.
So how do you prepare yourselves through all these different genres? Because your next one is actually an action film.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's all about figuring out who that character is. I look and I see what the backstory is of this character. Where has their trauma come from? Where did they find peace? Where do they find joy? Where do they find love? So I look at all those different aspects, and that's what really helps me define each character.
So how did you get into acting in the first place? What made you fall in love with this profession?
I just like the idea of being able to take the visions that were in my head and bring them to life.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is pretty. Do you remember your very first role on screen for a film or TV?
Yeah, I think I was an extra in a TV show called Burn Notice. I've always wanted to find my episode. I don't know what episode it was, but I remember I was an extra in this show called Burn Notice and it was a hospital scene. And I remember like you could see me for like a glimpse, but one day I'll find that.
Was this before or after your Vine career?
Oh, this is way before. This is when I was like a teenager.
Oh, as a teenager, what was
Yeah.
that experience like then? Back then, did that make you fall in love? Just that brief experience.
It just gave me an eye-opening experience to like what to look forward to, just the levels. the different tiers of entertainment and acting that there was. As an extra, you're pretty much treated like, the bottom of the barrel. It's like when I got there, there was like, they said, don't look the main characters in the eye, don't talk to them, don't do this, don't do that. There are all these rules that they told us, in holding. Don't take pictures, don't do this, don't do that. So it's like I'm going in there scared. So then when the main actor are walking by, I was like, oh, I was just like really shocked.
So what are the rules that they give you now to abide by that is interesting that the rest of us don't know about?
Now there are no rules.
Oh, really?
Just be on time and be respectful. That's the only rules I go by.
I know because now you're going to be you're going transitioning as a lead actor. I'm pretty sure that you make up the rules, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm curious how did you get started into your Vine career back then for yourself, or did it start off as a hobby? That's how I usually think that most content creators actually got started with for
Yeah,
their.
yeah. It just became a hobby, and creating videos after videos. Some of them went viral, some of them didn't. And after a set of time, it just like became, oh wow, this is what's happening.
Did you did you feel surprised on how much people were receptive to your work and how it became viral and your reputation blew up?
Yeah, I definitely was shocked at how fast things were happening at the time. So yeah, it was definitely a pleasant surprise.
So for yourself, when Vine went away, how sad were you, or was it a relief that you could actually transition to something else like you always wanted?
Yeah, yeah. It was more of a relief of, okay, now I can really focus and hone in my craft of, getting these TV shows and movies made.
So, how did you transition from Vine to, getting into like movies and TV for yourself? Because I know there's a lot of aspiring social media content creators. A lot of them start off in content creation, but in the end, a lot of them want to like, follow your footsteps, which is, I have to say, is successful.
Yeah, I would say, the biggest thing I got away from it was really having your goal, having your vision, and really sticking to that. There's gonna be a lot of people that have their opinion of how your career should go, what you should do with your career. But at the end of the day, it's your saying, it's your doing, it's your actions that lead to your success or your failure. So just make sure you're not using the wrong opinions to guide your career.
Is it tough to go through this career because I feel like you are staying humble this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here for the journey. I'm enjoying every minute of it. If it's an action movie, I'm having fun. If it's a comedy, I'm having fun. If it's a drama, I'm having fun. I'm just at the end of the day, all I want to do is I just want to have fun.
Most excellent. Well, Batch, I really appreciate you carrying this conversation with us about your new movie Float. I can't wait to see you in the lead role because you played a lot of good parts and roles in the past and I want to say this is just the beginning of the career.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.